Hear the lonesome whippoorwill, he sounds too blue to fly. The midnight train is whining low, I'm so lonesome I could cry. I've never seen an... Hi, it's Bonner again. So I'm back with another somewhat simple but wonderful country song, the Hank Williams hit, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. It's a song in E, there's no capo. I'm shooting this because I realize I need more basic beginner level songs for people to start to get their, for people to practice with and start to get some level of confidence with the guitar. This is a wonderful, basically beginner level song that sounds great while you're working on it. So let's jump in. We're going to talk about the chords that are in the song, and we're also going to talk about the strumming pattern that he uses. Again, this is a 3/4 time song, which is very, very common, particularly in traditional country. You're going to run into this a lot, so might as well get used to it and get comfortable with it. Let's get right into it. Okay, here are the chords for I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. Here's the first chord. It's just a basic E, no capo on. The second chord is just an ordinary A, just like this. And then the third chord is a B7. Now the full B7 is this shape, okay? But as you'll notice, if you listen to the recording, Hank's not playing the high strings. He's just playing, so you can really just hold down the lowest 3 strings of the B7 if you want to. Let's talk about the strumming on this song. The strumming on this is a very, very straightforward waltz. But what you'll notice, and we're going to go into a close-up for the strumming, what you'll notice with the strumming is we're basically not playing the high couple of strings, the high 2 strings on the guitar at all. We're just playing, and so the B7 voicing that I've shown you, you can see we're really just holding down 3 strings, 3 notes, because we don't need to hold down the high E string, we're not strumming it. Here's the strumming for I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. Okay, so we start off on the E, and we're really just playing these lowest 4 strings, E, A, D, G. Okay, we're not really strumming the top strings at all. Okay, so here's the strumming for I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. I want you to notice we're really only strumming the lowest strings, and there's a pronounced thump on the bass note, and then it's a little softer on this drum. So it's like this. Okay, when we're on the A, we're plucking the A string as the bass note. And then back to the E, as we did before. And then when we get to the B, I want you to pay attention to the fact that because we're not strumming the top 2 strings, the skinniest strings, we don't really need to hold down that high E string, which is part of the B7 chord. We really can just hold down A, D, and G, and you're just plucking on the A string as your bass note. And then we go back to E. All the verses in this are the same. With the refrain is simply the final line of each verse, but each verse is exactly the same. So it starts off, the lines are 4 measures long. The first line is, hear the lonesome whippoorwill. Now we're into the second line, it's the same. He sounds too blue to fly. Then we go to A. The midnight train is back to E, whining low. And then we go E. I'm so lonesome to the B7, I could cry. Now here's the fancy bit. At the end of each refrain, we can add in this fill riff, and I'm going to go to a close-up and show you the fill riff, but the way that it goes is, that's a pluck strum and then the fill riff. So Okay, Okay, so here's the little riff that we put at the end of the refrain, at the end of each verse. Okay, so we go, I'm so lonesome I could cry. And so here's what we do on that last key. We pluck an open E, sorry. A string with the B note, A flat with the fourth fret with our pinky, back to the B note on the A string, and then when we hit the open E string now, immediately following, that's the bass beat of the next strum. So I'll show you what that looks like all together. Okay, I'm so lonesome I could cry. And that's the whole riff. Okay, so those are all the ingredients of I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. It's a fantastic song. Now it's up to you to add the ingredient that is most important of all, and that is to practice this baby until you feel comfortable with it. My name is Bonner. If you're looking for some more beginner level songs to get started with, just have a look over here or over here, and you'll see some links to some beginner level songs. If you're enjoying these lessons, please subscribe, please like, please come on back and join me again.